Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is my term project. In this video, I'll be showing how to use manipulatives for the addition and subtraction of integers. This will be done through the use of the chip method. This method is super helpful for students as it clearly demonstrates why these equations work the way they do. I actually remember learning it myself in elementary school, and it's a technique I still find really helpful. Now, for my chip method, I thought of a way I could use visuals and make it more fun and creative for the students. I came up with the idea of making it a math and craft hybrid. I would first get the students to go to the computer lab and pick out images that they like. It can be any two images that they're interested in. I use cats, so I've got a black cat and a white cat, as they're my favorite animal. The only limitation in this would be that the two images have to be easy to differentiate between because one will represent negative numbers and one will represent positive numbers. So the next step would be to print and cut them out, as I did here. If you wanted to make them even more durable, they could be glued onto construction paper or laminated. So the kids can have manipulatives that they've made and they can be used for years to come and they can keep them at the end of the year. So using images of something that the kids enjoy really makes the activity more interactive and lets them be creative. So now that we have our manipulatives ready to go, we can start doing the math. So I'm going to start with addition. Here we have 3 plus 3, which is a pretty easy question. We're going to put 3 of the white cats, so I'm going to use white cats as positive. So we're going to add 3 of them onto the board. Now, simply to indicate that we're doing 3 plus 3, we would just add 3 more white cats. So there we go. We've got 6 positive cats, which equals 3 plus 3 equals 6. So that's an easy one for the kids to do. Next, we're going to move on to a bit more of a tricky one. We have 4 plus negative 2. So we're going to add 4 of our white cats back onto the board. And then we're going to add negative 2. So 2 of the black cats, which will represent negative. So we can see here we have 2 0 pairs. So that's these two, a matching black cat to a white cat, and 2 without a 0 pair. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away the 0 pairs. So we're going to remove them from the board. I'm using a board just so it's easy to see that they're being removed out of the equation. So then we're left with 2 white cats, which equals positive 2, which is the answer to 4 plus negative 2 equals 2. So next, we're going to do negative 5 plus negative 2. Again, this is a pretty easy one. We're just going to add 5 negative cats to the board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're also just going to add 2 more, which shows us negative 7, which is the answer. There's 7 cats here. So that one's pretty easy. Next, we're going to move on to subtraction. So subtraction can be a little more difficult for students. It's a bit more confusing, and visuals like this really come in handy for subtraction of integers. So we're going to start with an easy one just to show how it works, which is 2 minus 1. Really simple. It's a positive number, so we're going to add 2 white cats, and then we're simply just going to take 1 off the board, which leaves us with 1 positive cat, which is obviously 2 minus 1. Next, we're going to move on to a bit more of a difficult example. So we're going to do negative 4 minus 3. So our first number there shows us what number of cats we're going to start with on the board. So we're going to put 4 black cats because it's a negative number. And then we're going to look at our second number, which is minus positive 3. So we don't have any positive cats on the board. So in a case like this, we would know we have to add 3 0 pairs. So I'm going to grab 3 black cats, put them on the board, and 3 white cats, and put them on the board. So those are our 0 pairs. Now we have 3 positive cats that we can take away. So we're going to remove them from the board, and we're left with 7 negative cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's our answer, and it illustrates how we can take away the positives and be left with negative 7 black cats. So our next one up is -5 minus -4. So this one looks a little intimidating on paper. You've got a lot of symbols, and to a kid just learning this, it might seem a little scary, but it's actually quite a simple equation. We're going to put down our 5 negative cats, and all we have to do is we already have 4 negative cats we can take away. We just remove them from the board, and it shows us we have -1 left, which is the answer. All right, so our next one is +6 minus -3. So again, this one's a little trickier. We're going to start with our +6, so we know we're going to put 6 white cats on the board. And then we see here we have to take away -3. Again, we don't have any negative cats to take away, so we're going to add 3 0 pairs. So we start with 3 white cats, and we add 3 black cats. Now we have 3 black cats we can take away. So we're just going to take them out of the picture there, and we're left with +9. So 9 white cats, which is the answer. So as you can see, this model is really good for showing kids about the addition and subtraction of integers. It can be a really daunting subject for students who may never have seen negative numbers, but being able to visualize what is going on can really help break it down. Using a more interactive method that involves them choosing their own manipulatives and being able to do some crafts can really help the activity appeal to students who might not always enjoy math. As well, it gives them their own manipulatives that they can keep and use in the future. So that concludes my term project. I hope it helped you understand the addition and subtraction of integers better and gave some ideas of ways you can be more creative with a simple chip method in the classroom. I really enjoyed making this project and getting to be creative. Thank you.